You know what makes someone unforgettable? It's not looks, it's not money, and it's not even confidence all the time. Sometimes it's curiosity. That feeling where someone leaves a conversation with you and thinks, wait, there's something about this person. And the crazy part is, emotionally attractive people usually don't try too hard. They don't overshare everything instantly. They don't chase for validation. And they don't make themselves completely predictable. Hi, my name is Aidan and welcome to my channel, The Introvert Speaks. And in this video, I'll be talking about how to create emotional curiosity naturally without manipulating people, without acting fake, and without pretending to be mysterious. Because real emotional curiosity isn't about playing games, it's about giving people something to feel, to wonder about, and slowly discover. One of the biggest attraction killer is over-explaining yourself. And I get it. Especially if you are an introvert or someone who overthinks, you feel this pressure to make sure people understands you correctly. So you explain every text, every decision, every joke, every silence. But the problem is, when people know everything immediately, there's nothing left to emotionally explore. Because curiosity dies when everything is predictable. Now listen carefully. I'm not saying you to be cold or emotionally unavailable. All I'm saying is leave rooms for interpretations sometimes. For example, instead of writing paragraphs explaining why you are busy, just say, had a long day, needed some quiet time. Simple, calm, human. That tiny bit of mystery makes people wonder about your world instead of feeling like they already fully own access to it. And honestly, people value what they slowly get to discover more than what gets dumped on them instantly. You know what creates emotional curiosity? Depth. And depth usually comes from having your own life, your own goals, your own routine, and your own little world outside of attention and dating. And the most attractive people are not always the loudest. Sometimes they are just people who feels emotionally grounded, like they disappear for a few hours because they are genuinely busy living life and not because they are trying to manipulate anyone. And trust me, people can sense that difference. And there's something attractive about someone who doesn't revolve their entire identity around being liked. For example, a person who reads, workouts, creates things, journals, travels, or quietly works on themselves automatically feels more interesting because there are layers on them. Because emotional curiosity grows when people realize that there's more to this person than what they show online. And that's powerful because nowadays everyone is overexposed. People post every thought, every emotion, every moment, but rare people, they make you curious slowly. Most people are emotionally predictable. If they are ignored, they panic. If they like someone, they instantly chase. If they are upset, they explode. But emotionally attractive people have control. For example, when someone expects anger, you respond with composure. When someone expects you to impress them, but you're comfortable being yourself, that creates emotional curiosity because people start thinking, why is this person different? And difference creates attraction. You don't need dramatic alpha male behavior, and honestly, that stuff feels forced. And real emotional curiosity comes from quiet confidence, the kind where you're not desperate to prove yourself every second. This one is underrated. People remember emotions attached to small details and not long speeches. For example, remembering someone's favorite drink, or mentioning something they told you weeks ago, or sending a song that reminds you of a conversation, that creates emotional impact. And emotional impact creates curiosity. Because now the person starts wondering, why does being around this person feel different? Because most people today communicate lazily. Like dry text, half attention, surface level conversation. But when someone feels genuinely seen by you, they naturally become more emotionally invested. Not because you manipulated them, but because emotional presence is rare. And sometimes attraction is not about being impressive. Sometimes it's about making someone feel understood in a world where nobody really listens. This one is probably the biggest one. People forget facts, but they remember feelings. They remember how calm they felt around you, how easy the conversation felt, how your energy stayed in their mind after you left. and that's emotional curiosity. When your absence still feels emotionally present. And usually the people who creates this effect don't force attention. They don't constantly scream like notice me, validate me, choose me. Instead, they create moments like a look, a pause, a sentence, or a vibe. And sometimes the smallest emotional moments becomes the hardest to forget. And maybe that's the real secret, that emotional curiosity isn't about manipulation. It's not about becoming emotionally unavailable or pretending not to care. It's about someone becoming with depth. And honestly, the most attractive thing you can do is stop trying so hard to be attractive. Because when you're secure in your life and your life has meaning outside of attention, when your energy feels calm instead of desperate, people naturally become curious about you. Not because you played games, but because you felt real. And real people are rare now. So, yes, say less, reveal yourself slowly, and let people discover you naturally. Because the best connections are never rushed, they unfold. So, that's all for today's video. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.